Okay. So before I do anything, let me just take up the case study. All right. So here is the the case. Here is the requirement from the client. So says I run an organization that sells blue, red, and green gift boxes, right? So first thing, this is basically into products. Okay, and they have three types of products, right? So whenever you are into dealing into the CRM of a product or service, you have to look into the product line or the service lines, right? So here we see that they are selling three types of product. This could have been 300 if you're dealing with Samsung, or if you're dealing with Dell, they have so many models, or if you're dealing with any other company, they have a lot of big range of products, right? So here I just wanted to keep it simple, so I have shared three things with you: red, green, blue. Okay, so I have a product line, right? Okay, the second thing that we understand is we are targeting stores in shopping malls to use our gift boxes. So okay, target is stores, and they are specifically saying that they target stores only in the shopping malls. Okay, so the moment they say that they are targeting the stores in the shopping malls, we just need to keep in that shopping mall thing in mind. We'll see how we use that. Okay, malls to use our gift boxes for gift wrapping their merchandise. Our sales people call and go store to store at the malls, talking to store owners about our boxes. So this is the more of the sales people going to the stores and then trying to sell. Okay, so I need to be able to track their efforts. So the business owner says, this is what he says: I need to be able to track their efforts to determine which boxes are selling. Okay, so one, they want to track their efforts. This is one key point. Determine, second thing that he is wanting to understand is determine which boxes are selling. To help the sales efforts, our sales people carry sample boxes. So sample boxes are being given and they distribute to store owners that show some interest. Okay, so store owners who show interest, they give them the sample boxes. These samples are at a cost to my company, so I need to track how many samples they are giving out. Okay, so this is again one challenge. So they also, this business owner also wants to track how many samples are being given out, and more importantly, if that sample, the strategy of giving out samples is working or not. Got that point? Because 1 minute. Yeah, because it may happen that they are giving out samples to some stores and they are never buying, right? So is that sample giving strategy is working or not? Is there a return on investment on all the samples that they are giving? Are they giving any return on investment? Ultimately, I need to know what my sales folks are doing, which sample boxes they are giving out, and how they are building our customer base. Okay, so ultimately this is what they're trying to know. Okay, track number of visits, couple of reports, and all these things. So we'll get into this thing later. Let's now think about the points and then start building the data model. So for the data model, first thing that we need to think of is my products, which I think Venkat has done pretty fine. And this will be different, for different people. You design a data model and I design a data model. Those both will be different. Fine. It's just a matter of, there is no right or wrong data model. It's just about which data model is more efficient, right? So yours can be better than mine, or mine can be better than yours, depending on the requirement of the customer. So let's again come up with a data model. So we thought of products. Okay, so product, we need an ID. We have a type. Okay. We have a color. We could have had a size. They have not mentioned the size thing here, but when you get into the detailed requirement, sometimes the customer can say that, okay, fine, we have 3 different sizes for each of the colors. Oh, that can be there. Okay, and then you can also tag the price along with this. Let's say these are the details from our side. ID can be an auto number. Color can be pick list. Type can be pick list. In type, I can put actual or sample. On size, I can again have a pick list where I can say small, medium, large, big, something like this. Okay. Price can be a currency. So my products are listed here. Okay. So this is a gift box. This could have been anything. This could have been mobile phones. This could have been laptops. This could have been projectors, right? So attributes of the product need to be listed in the product table, or attributes of the service that you are providing need to be listed into the service table. Why do we need a separate object or a table for this listing down the product line or the service line? The reason is pretty simple. It's just that your product line can increase at a later point of time. Today you are producing red, green and blue. After a few weeks you also might start producing purple, and then magenta, and then violet, and then maybe orange, right? So that your product line can increase. So it's good that you put it in a separate object. And if you have seen in our Salesforce standard application also, there is a table which is meant for products. We have seen that. So we'll put this one. Then the next thing that we'll need to start getting into is the customers or the stores. My customers are the stores. So I can put a store ID, which will be my internal ID for the store. I can give a store name, because store name cannot be unique, so I will create a store ID which is unique, right? Store name can be like my store's name can be ABC Limited, and there can be another ABC Limited somewhere else. So for that reason, I'm putting an ID so that when you're generating an invoice or you're taking an order, you can connect it to the ID. And then you do have a store owner. Who is the owner of the store? Okay, this store owner will be again an individual. So we need to track a bit of information about that individual. We just cannot track the name. We need his phone number, mail and all, right? So let me keep it like this. What other information do I need for store? Store name. Which shopping mall the store is in. And then, okay, let it be here. I'm not putting anything else as of now. Okay. So this is my customers. Okay. There can be a website of the store. There can be a phone of the store, and then there can be a fax. So let's keep it here. Data type you can populate later on for this. The next thing that we need is a table of shopping malls, where you put an ID to it, name to this, address, street address. Street address, one, city, state, and then country, and this kind of details can be tracked about the shopping malls. Now, because I am using a field called shopping mall here, and I have a complete table called shopping mall here, this has to be the relationship field. Got that? So this will be a relationship field which connects this field with this object. Got it? Okay. Now products are listed, stores are listed, shopping malls are listed. Other thing will be contacts, people who I'm going to deal with. So for contact, again, you need an ID, you need a first name, then you need a last name, email, phone, fax, ID, phone, first name, last name, email, phone, fax. Fine. Now, for the store, I need a store owner, right? The store owner should be connected to contacts again. This has to have a relationship with contacts. Store owner will come from contacts, right? So this is also going to be a relationship. For shopping mall also, if I have a supervisor, this will also be listed in the contacts. Okay. So 4 objects we have thought of. Now the 5th one can be the sales team. The people in your company who are going to sell the things, right? So they will be in the users object, which is already there. Your sales team will be users. Or if you do not have users, means the Salesforce users, okay? Or you can have a separate table for sales team. So similar fields will be required by them. Okay. Now this will be required if you have more salespeople than the users. User table that we have in Salesforce is basically meant for people who you have purchased the licenses for. Okay. In case you have licenses for 5 or 10 people and you have a 50 people sales team, then you will go into the you will create a separate table for it. Okay. Now what do you think? Do you think we can merge these two tables, sales team and the contacts? Contacts is the people on the customer side, sales team is our sales team. Do you think we need 2 different tables, or we can club both of them? Can we have one single table instead of having 2, because the fields are almost same?
be difficult, right?
Okay, very good. To differentiate it will be difficult. So can you think of a way in which we can differentiate, club it into a table and differentiate as well?
If we can add some relationship.
Maybe have a type. Maybe have a type or something.
Right. So we can have a pick list here. Call it type. Which will say it is either customer or sales team, whatever. Right. So then what will happen? My entire thing gets resolved just by adding one field. I don't need one extra object. So let me remove this. So my this thing is also done. So now the point is that we need to track the visits. The next is tracking the visits. So the first requirement that we were talking on, that they need to track their efforts. So tracking the efforts will happen through visits. So for visit, ID of the visit is important, date of the visit, which store the visit was made to. So this will again be a relationship with the stores. See this thing? Okay. Okay, which sales team made the visit? So that will be a relationship with contacts. Which sales team member? The sales guy who made the visit. Okay. Okay. So the visits will be tracked, and after that similarly you can track the orders and you can track the sales invoices, that sort of things. Okay, we'll get further into this, but here we will just stop and we will get back into the relationship. So now we have understood where exactly we need relationships and what type of relationships we need, right? So now what will happen here, we need to create these relationships. So if you look into this nicely, what you will understand is these are all one-to-many relationships. One shopping mall can be connected to multiple stores, so this is a one-to-many relationship. One-to-many, okay? Shopping mall to store is what? It's a one-to-many relationship. Then one contact can be connected to multiple stores? No. Can we have one contact connected to multiple stores? No. Same guy cannot be, or can he be?
Like, but if we have a type, then he can go to different shopping malls, right? One can go to different shopping malls when it is a type, like.
Yes. And how about when he is a contact person for a store owner? Can one store owner be store owner for two stores? He can be, right?
That should be an exception, yeah.
One store owner can be connected to, okay, so that is also a one-to-many. One shopping mall can have multiple supervisors. No. One contact can be the supervisor for multiple shopping malls. Okay. So, okay. Then store and visit. We'll get into this relationship a little later. That store and visit. What is this? This is again a one-to-many relationship, right? So for a one-to-many relationship, which is the most common type of relationship, there is a parent and there is a child. Any type of relationship, you will have a parent and a child. Whenever there is a relationship between two objects, you will have one of them as parent, one of them as child. So which is the parent? the one which has one record is parent, the one which has many records connected to the single record are the child. Like for shopping mall and store, which is parent, which is child? Shopping mall and store, which is the parent, which is the child? In these two, which is the parent, which is the child? Shopping mall is the parent or store is the parent?
Shopping mall, because you have stores in shopping mall. Maybe.
Which means one shopping mall can be connected to multiple stores.
Yeah.
Right? So that is the reason why it is a parent-child relationship here. Okay. So now what happens is in Salesforce we have that option of creating a relationship. It's very simple to create a relationship in Salesforce. You just have to go to the child object. Okay. When we are talking about relationships in Salesforce, you have a parent-child relationship. So you just have to create relationship field. Relationship is a field type. You have to go and create the relationship field on the child object. That is it. Okay. So let's do one small thing. Let's take the example of shopping mall and store. Okay. We'll create this thing. So I'll make Sesha as the presenter. So Sesha, we just need to create the shopping mall object first and then create the store object. Can we just go ahead and do that? And Venkat, you also need to do it parallelly. We'll be looking into Sesha's screen and we need to just do this. So we'll create these two objects quickly and then we'll set up a relationship between them, okay, using our relationship field. So how do you create objects? Set up create objects. Shopping mall is going to be the first object.
I just want to like complete a course like I just do that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And
Just save it.
why the reason I call you is like this happened to me. This is the second time for me actually. Like, I was transferring $25 before that one day before actually.
So create the custom fields and relationships.
There was balance in
No. We have just created the shopping mall object, right?
Yeah.
Now in that we will create a couple of fields, but relationship field is not here. It will be created on the child object, right? So just create two fields. Call one city and the other state. Let's create a city and state field.
Your standard.
New, yeah.
Pick list.
Put it as text or pick list. But pick list if you put, you'll have to put the values. Make it text for now.
Okay. City.
yeah. So I'll look for those things what you said tomorrow and if it no changes and come back.
One more. One more thing, what you said, Jeet? City
State.
and
State.
okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Text. That to text.
Okay.
Right, so we have got these two fields in this object. Now the next thing is we'll create the other object, the stores. That store object, let's create the phone and the fax fields.
Store.
రేపు మార్నింగ్ వస్తే డిపాజిట్ అయితే అంటారు ఎందుకంటే మన బ్యాంకులు క్లోజ్ కదా అదొకటి ప్లస్ మనం సాయంత్రమే వేసినాం కదా మనీ లేదు అది చూపిస్తుంది బ్యాంక్ నుంచి అది క్లాస్ ఉంటుంది ఎవరితో ఎవరు అసలు రౌండ్ ఉన్నారు ఓకే
Yes.
Now once we have both these objects in place, what we have to do, we have to set up a relationship between these two, right? So out of these two, which is the child? Store is the child. Okay.
Store.
So the relationship field needs to be created on the store. So now go and create a new field. This time the field type has to be a relationship field.
So it's in a field.
Click on new. Yeah. Venkat, you are following, right? So in the field types, the data type, there is one type which is called lookup relationship. Look into that.
External lookup relationship. Oh, okay.
Lookup relationship, right? That's it. Venkat, okay on this? Hello, Venkat, can you hear us? You there?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So this should be the field type, right? Whenever you want to create a relationship field. So this is so simple, creating a relationship. You just have to identify which one is the child, go to the child, create new field and select the lookup relationship for now. And then go to next. Okay. You want to connect it to which object?
It should be the shopping mall.
Yes, right. Right. So the store relationship field should connect to the shopping mall. So select that object, go to next, and that's it. Yeah, give it any name, shopping mall or whatever. This is the field name now. So you can give it whatever name you want and Okay, just make it visible. At the top, just click on visible. Go to next. Next. Save it. So you have two objects and there is a relationship between these two objects now. Got that thing? Clear on that part? Now, how do we see how to and how do we enter the data into that? We need tabs for both these objects, shopping mall and stores, right?
Yeah.
Can we quickly create tabs for both these objects and make the tabs visible under this project management tab?
It should be included or?
I just want it in the project management tab. Remove, remove that.
Okay, yeah.
Just include it in the project management. So I need tabs for both the objects. One we are done. I need the other one for stores. Give me 1 minute. Huh? Yeah. Okay. Now try to make an entry in the shopping malls object. Click on the tab.
Okay.
Okay, now try to add and store. Okay, you see you have an option of adding stores under this new store. The relationship is done. You can go to the stores tab or you can add stores from here.
Okay. So which shopping mall is it? I can select it. Okay.
Right. So the relationship is done. Tell me, is it okay? Clear with everyone? Let me know if you have any doubts or questions on this. Simple stuff, right? Creating a relationship. Now, this is there's one type of relationship that we have understood. Now, this is one-to-many relationship. Okay, where there is a parent and then there is a child. Okay. Now, there were three objects already there in the project management app. Let us get back into that. Client, consultants and projects, right? There's something that we did in our last session. So, for clients and projects, there will be a one-to-many relationship, right? That's true. We need a one-to-many relationship for clients and projects. One client can give me multiple projects. So I may receive multiple projects from one client, so it has to be a one-to-many relationship. So the relationship field needs to be created on which object, client or project? On which object do we need to create the relationship field? On the client or on the project?
Should be on the client maybe.
Why?
No. Sorry, let me. I'm just confused. Projects. So because here, take an example like a store can be in many shopping malls. So we created it for the store. Like we created for the shopping mall. The parent one is shopping mall. Store is the child.
Relationship field is always created on child.
Child. Okay.
Fine, like shopping mall and store. Store was the child.
So,
Now client and project is the child. So relationship field needs to be created on the child.
on the child.
Yeah. Okay. So let's come. Let me come back to the other concept. Okay, let me just share my screen for a minute. So we have clients and then we have projects. So which is parent, which is child? Client is the parent, project is child. So on the project you need to have an object called client. On a field called client, which will be a relationship field connecting it to the client object. Is that clear? Is that okay? You understand this part? Let me know if you have any challenge understanding this. Okay. Venkat, clear with you?
Yeah.
Okay. So now what we have to do from here is we just have to go and design that data model that we thought of for this gift box app. I'll just share it with you. I'll show it. You guys can take a screenshot of that. Here it is. Okay, think of the relationships, design it. So your activity one will be designing the data model along with the relationships. So you need to put these relationships in the project management app as well as the gift box app. So for these this thing, design another app called gift box app and put these all objects inside that, store and shopping mall. Sesha, you just now put these two tabs in the project management app, right? I just want you to do a small thing. Once you design the gift box app, move these two tabs into the gift box app. Okay, so I want you guys to design one more app, put these tabs into that gift box app, and in that gift box app put all these tabs, the ones which are related to the my gift box business. If you read into the requirement that I've shared with you, I have said make assumptions wherever necessary and use custom objects. So in this app, gift box app, I just want you to have all custom objects, no standard object. Okay, so all custom objects will be used. Okay, so one, I want you to design this app. Second, I want to put your relationships in this app as well as on the project management app. Now project management app also I have three individual objects. So can we quickly think of the relationships which will be required there? One we have already thought of. Can you think of other relationships also which will be required there? Any other connections on the project management app that you can think of? We have three objects now there. One is projects, one is clients, one is consultants. Can you think of any other relationship apart from this client project relationship?
Maybe consultant and projects.
Okay. So what kind of a relationship it should be? Which one should be parent and which one will be child?
Like see, a consultant name, last name. So consultant can have many projects, right?
Okay.
So most probably, so consultant is the parent. If my guess is wrong, right? Sorry.
Consultant should be the parent. How about Venkat? Do you agree to what he's saying?
Yes, the consultant is a parent and projects are child.
Okay, fine. So if you both are agreeing to that, then we will put that relationship. Okay. So I want you to design these relationships on this one as well as that one. And there is one more activity that I want you guys to do. Just below the lookup relationship. Today I asked you to create lookup relationships, right? So just below that lookup relationship, there is another relationship field called master detail relationship. You must have seen that, or next time when you try to create a relationship field, you will see that. Okay, I just want you to create a lookup relationship. After you are done with creating a few of the lookup relationships, I just want you to go and read about that master detail relationship. There itself it's written. Okay, I want you to read it and understand that what exactly it is saying. Okay, once you read it yourself, you will be clear on that. If there is any confusion or doubt you have, I will talk on that part. Okay, so that is what I just want you to do. Create these relationships and the apps. And there is one more type of relationship which I'll discuss later, which is a many-to-many relationship, but we'll not get into that because I don't want you to get confused on this relationship thing. First of all, understand the lookup very well. Once you are thorough with the concept of lookup relationship, read about master detail, and there is many-to-many which I'll talk a little later. I want you to have good concept of lookup relationship first. Okay, so this can be done. All right. Yeah, Sesha, you can now go ahead and ask your questions.